Painted in 1642 and now watched by millions, The Night Watch is the largest and most famous painting created by Rembrandt van Rijn, one of the greatest painters of the Dutch Golden Age, known for his masterful use of light, shadow, and human emotion. The painting measures 379.5 by 453.5 centimeter and weighs 337 kilograms, including its frame. It was executed using oil paints on a large canvas. The painting we now call The Night Watch was never actually given that name by Rembrandt. Its original and much longer title is The Company of Captain Frans Banningcock and Lieutenant Willem van Rutenburg. The nickname Night Watch only emerged in the late 18th century after the painting had darkened dramatically over time due to layers of dirt and varnish. This build-up made the scene look like it was set at night, even though it actually takes place during the day. The painting was commissioned by Captain Banningcock and 17 members of his Coloniers, we think before 1640, to hang in the banquet hall of the newly built Coloniers in Amsterdam, where militia companies held meetings, dined, and celebrated. Rembrandt was the first to paint figures in a group portrait actually doing something. The captain, dressed in black, is telling his lieutenant to start the company marching. The guardsmen are getting into formation. Rembrandt used the light to focus on particular details, like Captain Frans Banningcock's hand seems to stick right out of the painting. With this gesture, he orders his lieutenant to call the company into action. The militiamen have to march out. The captain's hand casts a shadow on the costume worn by Lieutenant Willem van Rutenburg. This indicates the direction from which the light falls in the painting. The painting captures different stages of a musket, the type of gun used at the time, in action. On the left, a soldier is loading his weapon. In the center, one is firing, and on the right, another is cleaning his gun. Rembrandt used dramatic lighting to highlight key figures, like the ensign, while casting less prominent ones in shadow. This bold use of light and dark was unusual for 17th century group portraits, which typically showed everyone evenly lit. It's also the first civic guard painting to portray the man in motion, unlike other militia portraits with stiff orderly rows. The figures in The Night Watch are caught in dynamic, lifelike action, facing and moving in various directions. There's a young girl in the background. Tied to the girl's waistband is a chicken with prominent claws, and just behind it, a small pistol, known as a clover, is visible. Both the claws and the pistol were symbols of the militia group known as the Coloniers, or arquebusers, and the girl represents their symbolic mascot. And this figure with just one eye visible and wearing a beret may as well be Rembrandt himself. The exposed part of the face bears a resemblance to some of his self-portraits. After its commission in 1642, The Night Watch hung in the Coloniers-Duin, the Civic Guard Hall in Amsterdam. In 1715, it was moved to Amsterdam's town hall, where part of the painting were trimmed to fit the wall. This was a common practice back then. It later went to the Rijksmuseum in 1885, where it remains today. In September 1939, just as World War II began, the portrait was taken down from Rijksmuseum. It was rolled around the cylinder and stored for 4 years in a special safe inside a case, along with other artworks. After the war, it was unrolled, restored, and brought back to the museum. Over centuries, Rembrandt's masterpiece has endured more than just time. Night Watch has been vandalized multiple times. In 1911, a man tried to slash it with a shoemaker's knife, but the thick varnish protected the painting. In 1975, it was severely slashed by a bread knife, leaving cuts up to 30 centimeters long, some still faintly visible to this day.
De sneden en de andere beschadigingen werden vervolgens opgevuld met een stopsel op basis van lijm, waaraan een donker pigment was toegevoegd om het originele Rembrandt zwart al in dit stadium zo dicht mogelijk te benaderen. Nadat een nieuwe vernislaag op het schilderij was aangebracht, begon met het retoucheren de laatste fase van de restauratie. De beschadigde plaatsen werden ingestipt, zoals het ook wel genoemd wordt. Een minutieus werk dat uiteraard bij daglicht gebeurde.
In 1990, a man sprayed acid onto the Night Watch, but quick action from museum security prevented serious damage, as it only damaged the outer varnish layer. The painting was later fully restored. While past damage left its scars, modern technology offered something else entirely, a way to restore what was lost centuries ago in 1750. The night watch was physically trimmed on all four sides, mostly from the left, top, and the bottom, to fit in onto a wall between two doors in Amsterdam's town hall, now the Royal Palace. Sadly, this alteration permanently changed Rembrandt's original composition. In 2021, researchers at the Rijksmuseum used AI, especially convolutional neural networks, to digitally reconstruct the missing parts of the night watch that were cut off in 1750. They based this reconstruction on a 17th century copy of the original by Gerrit Lundens. So why did this matter? The trimmed version made the main figures look like they were centered, which changed the feel of the painting. The original layout, as revealed by AI, showed them off-center, marching into an open space, creating a sense of movement and tension. In the trimming, two full figures on the left were completely removed. Elements of architectural space and visual balance were lost. Rembrandt had carefully composed the painting to have a sense of motion and flow. Cutting it disrupted that symmetry. The museum attached the AI-generated parts to the original painting temporarily. It was shown to the public from June to September 2021. The goal was to help viewers understand what Rembrandt originally intended, but it was removed after 3 months to avoid misleading people into thinking they were seeing the original untouched painting. Now, it may be called the Night Watch, but there's nothing dark about its legacy. Rembrandt's light still shines through. It continues to command attention and invite us to keep looking closer. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.